Hello to all members of SEG tonight. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I welcome you all to the webinar on Smart Pages, AI-powered component matching tool for Sitecode pages with our esteemed guest speaker, Yanu Punyavadi Muktevi, who is 5X technology, Sitecode technology MVP. I thank you all for joining us in this exciting webinar, and I thank Yamini for accepting to share her expertise and taking time out of her busy schedule on this session. Yamini, stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Karthikeyan, for the opportunity to present at Sukhchana. Let me quickly share my screen. So we'll go ahead in the presentation. One second. Huh? I think oh yeah, it's start. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, it's
Okay, thank you. And today's topic is smart pages, like where I'm going to present on like AI-powered page creation for Sitecore. Now, what I'll just go on why it is important to create. This is a free Sitecore marketplace application. You all can access, like install and install it in your applications for Sitecore AI, and instantly use this as well. So let me go to the agenda. Let me introduce myself again. So I'm Yamini Punyoti Mutevi and Solution Architect Codehouse. So I'm also working with Sitecore ecosystem for the past 12 years and glad to be here with Suchena today. And you can connect with me on LinkedIn or Sitecore blogs. Like I'll blog at sitecoreme.wordpress.com. You can verify that blog URL as well. And you can also see post to Hyderabad sessions on the YouTube channel. Now let's me go into the session agenda today. Now there are six key points here. One is what is smart pages. I'll mainly give what is the problem that we are trying to achieve here, why the need for smart pages, and also I'll move on to how it works, and also I'll update on the key features, then go on to the tech stack, then what are the use cases that are actively applicable for this smart pages application, and then we'll go on to security for what are the AI things which are securely we are using, and we'll also go on to a demo how to get started with that application in the marketplace, and also give a live demo here. Moving on to the next slide, what is smart pages? So by definition, I would say that this is just a marketplace application that transforms page creation from manual processing to an intelligent automated workflow. Now, what does it mean? What is the problem that are we going to solve today? Like suppose earlier days also, we are all in a project, we would be a team of developers, content authors, marketers, or business use cases stakeholders who would ask us to create pages. Like suppose tomorrow, assume tomorrow is a new year, and the offshore team is all went on leave. But they wanted to create one page. The business comes out and says that, okay, this is the content changes I have to make, or this is the news flyer I have to create for tomorrow. So they will give it to the marketer. These transition would take a lot of time, like from user to business use case or stakeholder to content marketer or content author. So once this lands in the hands of these people, the developer dependency is more on this. So with smart pages, we are going to resolve this developer dependency, and also the developers have a lot of time as well. We can also developers also can use this application, but mostly for content marketers and content authors, it resolves their approach, like how we can see in the further application, like how it is saving time, like from hours to minutes. All they need to do is put the content into the page, not worrying about what are the components that I need to dragging dropping on the pages, like which site query page you have to create, where is the component or where is the branch template I'm going to use. So that are the things that is resolved in this application. So now it works in three steps, like analyzing any URL. Like if you're trying to analyze any URL, we are using AI here because we are trying to analyze the page. Like suppose we just input an URL for this, it analyzes the content. Second step would be match to Sitecore components. Like it matches in four ways, like name, tags. I'll get into those details later. And also third point would be like one-click page creation. Once we have verify everything is working, we can just create one in page in one click only. Now how it works. Now let's check how it works internally. This is the four-step workflow, wherein first step is input the target URL. Like if you're trying to replicate any site, or if you're trying to get through a Figma design also, if you have Figma design URL also, we can just put that URL in the first text box that we have here. And then we want to just analyze what are the structured components there. So first step would be entering any URL that you want, either Figma design, or if you want to mainly enter, right, like if you don't have any URL also, you have the context like how to create a page. Then that context, like it needs a hero banner, it needs a promo carousel, it needs a customer testimonial. Those are things we can input here. Now, second step is the AI analysis. Here comes the AI analysis, wherein page content is fetched from server side. What I would mean is like it doesn't. capture any data. Like it just analyzes the page and it provides you like it strips all the unnecessary things like scripts it will strip off and other things which are not needed will not even consider that. So next would be component matching. After AI analysis, it matches the components in 4 ways: name, tag, and semantically as well. And also later we can refine and reorder also. Like suppose once everything is done, like from after inputting the URL, we are analyzing component matching. We can also review like these are components that don't need to be done. Like these are header components which I don't, which I already have, or which I don't want to create. Or also we can remove suggestions also. Like if you want to put hero banner first, then carousel later, then testimonial, we can reorder also. And the fourth step is like creation. After refining, we can create it. Next key features would be like in this there are six important key features. What I would say is first is AI URL analysis. Now, why it is mainly important? Because I said this is the AI powered enabled smart pages, right? So why it is smart? Because it is using a AI URL analysis inside the script. Like if you are trying to fetch any HTML page, like suppose there is some subchannel slash index.html, it fetches the entire page, strips the scripts, tracking, identifies page section via AI. The AI is only used to track the sections. Like sorry, it identifies what are the sections. Like this is a hero banner or carousel, promo text, promo, whatever we can think of, like FAQ accordion or any other things also, it will analyze. Once the analysis is made, it will map into component matching. That is, it will map with the existing our renderings. Like what I mean by our renderings is our Sitecore AI. Our Sitecore AI component library. Like in Sitecore, we have AI, right? I mean, like XM Cloud or Sitecore AI. In that, it matches with our Sitecore renderings, which are already developed. So that matching is done with those comparison, and also it provides a confidence scoring output. After component matching, we have a confidence scoring, wherein like it provides a score. Like this is the highest match. Suppose they are five for promo, like promo text, promo carousel, promo icon, promo tile. Now, what to fit where? That is also done by using a confidence score. What I mean is confidence score is right. It matches internally. It provides one confidence score. Like this is the position one component with 95%. This is second component with 80%, like that. Next is reordering. As I said earlier, we can reorder, remove or customize component layer before creating. What is reorder is movement of the components up and down. That is reorder, as we know. Remove, like if you don't want any like suppose form is there, that form we don't want on the new page. We can delete that page as well. And component layout also we can change, like which location in the page, like home page, underneath home page we can create, or underneath any of the side pages we can create. So that is all done in reorder. Now, one click creation is that it creates pages like one click. We don't need to do anything. We just need to give page name. That's it. After analysis done, we just put the page name and click on create. It automatically creates. And once page is created, it creates with data sources, layered presentations, and everything on the page would be already there except content. Now, it also supports multiple AI providers. Why I did this is like why I made a support for multiple providers is like suppose Anthropic is too costly. If you don't want to go with Anthropic, we can go for Gemini also. Gemini, Google Gemini, or OpenAI and Grok also. This is just handling the automatic failover. We don't know when the API gets costly and when the API doesn't support for some time, or like if it is expired credits, right? So it can also handle the followers. So next is intelligent component matching. Now this is what internally it does. Why it is called intelligent or AI mapping? Because it is using a layered approach here. Like suppose there are four methods, like matching methods are four to rank each component or each section we find on the analyze the page. Now one is tag matching. What would I say here is like suppose we are putting any like hero, so assume like a testimonial carousel or card carousel or component carousel, so it takes the tag called as carousel. So it's the direct keyword matching there. Next is name matching. As you all know, name matching and firstly tag matching is having 15 points because it's the highest scorer. Because by tags we even though we put hashtags also right in our LinkedIn's or anything. So that's the main tag matching here, which you understand, I guess. Next is name matching is name of the component itself. Like suppose carousel or maybe FAQ accordion component, like that name matching is done. Context matching is simple. That also we understand related keywords and component descriptions. Now, these are all the three things which we easily understand. But now, what is AI semantic match? Now, I would suggest that I would say that this is a variable. It doesn't depend. We are not assigning anything like 15, 10, or 5 points or 0 points or 2 points in this because this is something which is happening internally within the AI. Like suppose any of the AI, it is understanding and purpose and intent. That is, suppose I have one component called as call to action bar and one component named as CTA. Now, these two CTA and action bar are same for us because we are just putting it as a simple name as CTA. But it means call to action bar, right? So that internal analyzation or internal renames or all would be known by the LLM. That is semantic matching here. Because we are not providing anything based on this. The AI has that, like any of the AIs or LLM model, that has its internal analysis. Like to identify components like accordion or FAQ page accordion or any other page, article page, news page. For me, news page, article page, and case study would refer to single template. But when you're putting on that context, right, that differs with the semantic. That is what I call a semantic match here. Now, every suggestion which we get out of these components, right, includes the confidence score. As I said earlier, 0 to 100 points we are rating here, like percentages or confidence score we put here. And it gives full transparency into what is matched and why it is matched here. And why the AI suggestion is giving this section based on our Sitecore rendering component library as well. Moving on, technical architecture or tech stack. There are four things I would say here. One is tech stack, API endpoints, hosting and deployment, extension points. Now, tech stack is simple. We are all using Next.js, TypeScript supported by normal SDKs also, like Sitecore Marketplace SDK is supported with Tailwind CSS as well, and Storybook also it is there. So this is supported. And if we're moving on to API endpoints, I created two endpoints, which is for posting the content, like not content, posting the analyzing URL and matching companies within the post action. And get is like health application, whether to check whether the application is healthy or not, or it has any errors or any warnings it is being capturing. And hosting and deployment is the third one. Where this all we know, like Vercel platform is generally application used for Next.js and also our Sitecore projects moving on further with AI. And it's with HTTPS, that is, it works on secure protocol and also with the TLS. And sandbox diaphragm within Sitecore environment is like generally the market applications supports to 5 extension points. To add on to the next point also, we are having 5 extension points. One is standalone, dashboard, full screen, context panel, and a field image, which is called custom field. So every marketplace application supports 5 things. Wherein the first one would be standalone. That standalone is like it is embedding one application or our application into the iframe. That's why I would say sandbox iframe within Sitecore environment. Coming back to extension points, we have standalone float, which is on the cloud portal only. When we go to apps, right, open it in the app section, it shows like marketplace application and it shows as basic UI of the application, which we have put in the marketplace. Second is full screen or pages editor. Like pages editor, as in like we have pages editor like page builder also, which we can have in the full screen. Like full screen also it shows us the content. Context panel is our page builder inside the page. Like when we have the page on the left side, like pages, right side content in the preview area, then in the middle in the page builder, right? That also it supports. Now my application supports only 3 points because dashboard I don't see any reports for this, so I did not enable the extension point. And one more extension point is custom field. That also is not needed in this case. So that is what here it is, tech stack. And AI providers, as I said earlier, we are supporting 4 things. One is a Claude, Google Anthropic or Claude, Google Gemini, OpenAI, and Grok. It is just cost saving mechanism. I've added 4 things because once Claude is API is ruled out, right, or the credits are expired, then I can go for like Grok supports monthly content and OpenAI also supports monthly content for API keys. This is not just LLM I'm talking about or the tool, but I'm talking about the API keys here. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. Now it says use cases. Now why? Okay, I've till now explained what it is, why it and how it works. Right. Now you would ask me a question like why this is or where are we using this? What is the use case that is most applicable? I listed down 6 applicable use cases here. One is competitive analysis. First one, I would say competitive analysis. That is like suppose we are in a we also suppose we are a mining construction company. We would say we are also having another mining construction company which is a competitor to us. So if they and in mining industry or crude oil or any other industry, we need to follow standard set of instructions, right? So that instructions are all laid out correctly only. But if we also want to refer sometimes other URLs like competitor URLs, like Sitecore also competes with Adobe and like stat strategy like that, right? So that case, we use the URLs of the competitors, identify the sections of that, and then we'll put it into our page. But note here, we're not putting any content or anything is not stored here. So it is compliance only. We're just trying to identify the page only, like what section describes what section. Next use case is rapid prototyping. Rapid prototyping, as in like you can we are in a earlier we used to have scrum calls, scrum meetings, or sprint reviews, sprint retro, so for that also we used to use the prototyping, like UX UI things also we used to manage. Like we used to have something called as Figma designs. Also we have something like to show a prototype, like how this works. So that prototyping also can be done faster. Like you can create any page or show this functionality in couple of minutes instead of doing it in a half day or one day, like going on and going to other tools or Miro boards, other things. Now, agency onboarding. Agency onboarding is like when we are trying to replicate or when we are trying to create or entering into a new market also, there are some things which we noted down, like, okay, this is the top competitor or this is the medium competitor. Where are we ranging there? And also, we do refer URLs sometimes, like, okay, this is my Adobe. First, we used to get Adobe or Umbrico or anything. Like, we take what is the reference URLs there, like any agency also has some reference points, right? Okay, this is SaaS. So if it is, we are moving from XP to AI also, this is SaaS. So we have to follow certain set of criteria. So that reference URLs also we can provide here, like during any calls as well, when we are discussing with business stakeholders. Now, authoring onboarding, this is very simple. We can understand that suppose any new author comes into the content authoring team, right? What they would do is they try to understand our Sitecore component libraries inside the context, like, okay, this is the component that I match. Suppose there are two things, promo text, promo image. It means same, but one is left side image, right side image, and text on the left or text on the right. But the content author doesn't know this, or the marketer or author doesn't know this until they explore the things, which might take a day or two. For these things, it can be managed simply. Like they can do it in minutes. Like they just need to understand what is the output they want. They are visualizing only the output, but they do not need to work on anything manually. Now, migration projects, as we know, it's simpler. We get from XP to XM or XP to XM to AI also. Now, simple things. We are just having the same layout. UX and UI is same, but it has to be migrated to AI. That case also we can use this application because it simply creates the content as required as a particular structure there. But it doesn't need the content as is because UI UX is same, but the structure would remain same. Similarly, for standard structures also, we have particular standards to follow. Like these are standards of a multi-site. Why this is important is because multi-sites is something which we have shared components, right? They have a shared library of renderings as well. Those shared components are being used. Suppose there are something like a cookie consent or something, or a cookie or a copyright page that is differing from, or logo page that is differing from site to site, but the content structure remains the same, or the same components are being used in multi-site. That these are six use cases I mainly pointed out. We can use in many ways as well. Now let's go to security and compliance. This is the one good slide I have added because you may say that we are using AI, oh, it is not safe for us to use. But still, it is safe because this application is safe because we're not using much of AI here. We are just we are using a little bit to enhance and validate, but zero data persistence. What I say is nothing is stored in AI. Like our AI model or the application which we are using doesn't interact with chat model at all. It just uses API key and it doesn't store any of the content, page structure, sitecode data beyond the active browser session. And CSRF and rate limiting also, we all here have like API rules are protected with CSRF validation. These are the basic things when you're trying to work it out with an AI mechanism. Third is also SSRF protection. We do have like we do block like internal networks or private IPs and non-HTTP protocols, which are not secure. We don't access these things. So that is already in place. Now, AI data safety, as I said, there is no PI information that has been taken into consideration here because no credentials or personal data is sent to AI. It just takes but doesn't store anything. Not it is allowing to train on the submitted session. Like submitted data can in the session only browser section it is active, but it doesn't get the AI trained also. Some things there is also in Gmail settings or also in some things like AI models also you can train the data, like you put the RAG context, right? It gets trained on your data, but that is all not happening in this application. So simply I could say no cookies, no tracking, no local storage, and content security policy headers are in place. Now moving on to next slide, it is getting started. Now this is a simple marketplace application which is available. All you need to do, it's free also. It's not a paid or a premium model, which is free. Freemium is like paid and free. Both features and are usable. This is a free application. You can use it. And we need only one thing you need is configure your AI provider because this is important. And I this is important because I can also put my AI key, but that gets exhausted, right? So simply I've added one trick here that we are having a AI key in the site settings. Like under site settings, right, there is a node called as site property. Like two site presets are there, DX demo or any other site, we just put it as other properties here. Like one, like I can put Grok also, I can put Anthropic, I can put Open Gemini, anything in it. So four models are supported. That models we can put in the site properties. Now it is smart. Now we can. Third point is like Open Smart Page. It's a standalone app, full screen extension or context panel. This is repetitive what I've already told you, like analyze and creation. But one tip I would give is here, because we are trying to add this in our Sidecore component library. That what I mean is we are using in our application only. So what would I suggest is to look better and understand for the content authors for the six use cases which I said now is like we need to add a detailed description for each of the Sidecore rendering. Like suppose we have help description, right? There is something called as we also use help text generally for content authors. Instead of that, for AI, we are using a description field, which is already a out of the box field for Sidecore. Okay. That is one tip I could say. And also we can use thumbnail fields also to show the content author how it looks and feels once the component is created. So let's move on to demo now. Let me open the demo. I hope the session is intact now. Like you can ask any questions meantime, or you can put in the chat as well. I'll try to answer, but let's have the demo first because it'll be easier to understand. Only then we can move on to the Q&A. You can put meanwhile whatever you have questions so that you don't also forget the questions if you're having any other things. Okay, let me minimize this sharing screen. Okay. Now I can show you, okay, here we are. Every applications are here, but if you want to go to marketplace, you can navigate to marketplace. We can search for the application. Okay, it is not working because the session is got out. Let me, okay, got session is logged out. 1 second. I'm very bad at remembering passwords. So spare me if it is wrong for the first time. I knew this. Because there's a lot of passwords that are stored in my mind and I don't know which application uses which password. Sorry about that. So we are here with this marketplace application, right? Let's search for smart pages. Here you have this. All you need to do is when you go to the application, right, in your instance, all you need to do is install. Like App Studio is there, right? When you go to App Studio, it will ask which instances you need to install. So there is a lot of stuff here. Ignore all that. We are just focusing on smart pages. And I can say this is my Vercel hosted application where it just uses this is a simple UI. So this is hosted on Vercel as well as I said earlier, and it's the smart pages. So it has the text URL when it picks the URL. Description also we can provide if you don't want to, if you don't have any URL as a reference, we have a like context, like for new onboarding person, we have a context there. So they can also provide like FAQ accordion, CTA bar, whatever they want to, like customer testimonial. That all we'll see. And this is a dev mode. That is like it is the dev mode. It requires our application to connect to Sidecore instance. Okay, let me show you something first before we proceed to demo. Okay, here we are. So for few of the renderings, right, what it did was if you are going to renderings, the one which was saying just now, like these are the renderings that it uses. These are the 11 or 12. I'm not sure what is the count here. Let's check when we load the components. These are the renderings which I'm using. First let me go to promote text. What is the thing which I was talking about? Description, right? Description. Or this is the one. This is what I was talking about. Description. This is a simple out of the box field. Nobody uses other than help text. So I put something like promote text image, the promotional section, company, headline, body text, CTA, blah blah blah. What we want to put as a component. And also there's something called as thumbnail field here. I hope this is up or down. I'm not sure. Thumbnail also appears here. Yeah, thumbnail also. This is I just put a simple usage from the application which I'm using. This is my promo text component. This is the same image I've put in for visibility, like user feasibility and visibility. It's easy to understand what component is what because we're not mapping the content. Remember, we're not mapping the content here. Okay, let's go to the demo now. To make it more efficient, let me load again. Two things are there, right? One is from the full extension is this one. Once you go to one of the application, I would say open app. Or if you go from here also, marketplace application, I can open smart pages. This is the iframe thing, which does nothing, but it just opens in a page. Like it fetches renderings via marketplace SDK. This is all the inventory or whatever we are trying to put it in the stuff. This is the iframe I was talking about because it's a public application also. It does nothing here because it's just showing what the UI looks like. Let it load. And we'll go to second thing, which is our pages application. This is the page. This is the called page builder, right? Let me reload the page. Once we reload the page, here is the app section. Like this is our app section where you can click on, where you can search any of the marketplace application or customer, whatever it is, we can install. First, we have to install. I'll show that later point of time, but let's continue with smart pages. Okay. Now this is what it is there. Okay, there are 11 components. Here, the listed components are also here. I can show you the content editor has similar 11 components. Page content has 11 components. The same components, I'm loading it from here. So these are the things which are mapping to the analyzed AI. So for time being, let's put Sukh Chennai. I do not have the URL, but let me check. Okay, it is there. I want to put the homepage first. For time being, where it is, here you are. We are putting this. This is the pages editor. We can expand, minimize, whatever we do. We all know this, but I'm just putting it for full screen as well. Now, if you put that URL, I can auto-analyze this one. Auto-analyze is something which is analyzing by itself by using a URL here. If I don't want a URL, we can next case also, we can describe the page layout and sections that we need to create a page. Now, suppose I want to analyze automatically because I'm very lazy. I don't want to give any text in the description also. So we can directly go ahead and give a URL here. We'll see how it analyzes. And one more thing I wanted to say is, see, it is putting the content here. We are in the home page site. Like we don't need to give any page, like what is the parent path, what is the ID, what is the page. That are all not needed at all. Because I am here at the home page, it shows me source URL is this, from which we are creating under home page is this one. This is the input URL that we are giving, and it automatically fill the content based on this one. And it mapped automatically the components. And this is page. Page is like what is the page it should create. This comes with based on the insert options. This is more technical because I'm just saying that we can use this way also. We don't need to give anything other than a page name. No, I would say events. So otherwise events demo. Okay, let's check what the components it has given us. It has given header, and we don't need header also here because the page already has a header. This is existing in our demo. This is a demo instance. So, like this is all demo instance. So ignore this header because we already have a header for that. So I'm removing this component here. So I don't need to put it on the page layout as well. Now comes the second one is hero banner. Now we are putting this one, comparing this one. This is my hero banner because we are also having a hero banner and content as well. So if I go back to this page, this is my hero banner. But for my instance or my application or my Sitecore component library, this is the image we have. Like this is the look and feel we get for the content because themes and all, we're not changing anything. Second is promotile. Promotile is also, I do have a confidence score. I said this, right? This is 90% match. The confidence score is not visible because it does at 4 levels. But this matching, it shows from 0 to 100%. So this is my first version. This is hero banner. Next comes promotile, which is 65% match. How it looks, and these are all the tags. So this is all automatically happening. Text, image, and promo carousel. I did not put some thumbnails because I was not sure what was thumbnail because this is a normal application. So I can put this as a top one also. This is reordering. Suppose I want promo carousel to be removed. I can remove this. Promo text button also can move up or I can move down this one. I don't want promo text button also because I don't know how it looks to. I don't know how to add the content if I don't know how it looks in the page. So now we are having three components. We can reorder. I want promo text image to be second page because if you see like this is banner, then we have text image, then at last we have tile component. This is all there, right? I just gave one. One is the only one input which we have to give is the page name. And we can just click on create page. Now the magic happens here. It just creates in few seconds. Page is created. I'll just expand and collapses to refresh the page. It is created. Before I show the page in the page builder, I want to show it in the content editor. The reason is because page builder, everything is to view and verify. That is all fine. Now we have created events demo, right? And data we are having. See, there are three things which is created. One is hero banner, the one which I told you. So it has the title. By default, it puts this one because this is coming from the page, like dollar name and all we do create, right? From the standard and the standard values of the page. Insert options as well. So this is what it has. This is what empty it is because I'm not putting content. We are just creating a structured page. There is also this one. promo text image is there, promo tile is also there. So these are all there here. But one more thing, interesting thing is I am not adding anything manually. This is all automatically created. And presentation details are also created automatically. I'm not putting anything manually here. Everything is appearing on the fly. Only thing is that we just have to put a content. I can close this now. I'll just go to the page, which is events demo, which is created now. Here a banner, pardon me, because this I made recent changes. It is appearing here, but it doesn't appear on events demo because we need to give some internal changes. This is just demo site. So we can see two things. One is text image and promo text image. We can add some dummy content here. I'll just put something dummy content here. So I'll just put one of the content on top of that. This is my content. I put something like this. And this is text content. And I can add any of the image from the library as well. Browse media library, I can put some data I can add. I'll add the first one which I got to select. So it looks prettier, but it looks prettier once we add the content, but not right away because it just shows us, okay, it is taking time to add. Okay, let me close it. I don't want to add it. Okay, it added, but it is not supporting, I guess, because it's some ratio issues and other things. Now we are trying to, I'll remove this component. I don't want this hero banner because there is some issue with that. Now I'm not sure because I have to go back to state and edit that. Other than that is the issue with the banner, but not with the smart pages. So we are created like this, right? Just preview the page here. It looks how the header and I did not create header and footer also. I just use the page template, that's it. And I just created based on this. So it got created as such a good page we are having here. I also, this is all automatically created. Okay. Now you can say, okay, this is fine. Now how we can create if you do not have any URLs to refer to, then I would say you can describe accordion and FAQ page and maybe testimonial. I don't think I have components here. I can show you another use case. Like there are another like projects as well. I don't want to show that because this is demo environment. I'm just using page and testimonial. Find matching components. It might find accordion or promo. I'm not sure. Let's check. One component is provided quote. Okay. Quote is our testimonial only because we are trying to put it as a quote. It is see here. It is getting the semantic matching now. Here it says testimonial. So there is nothing in the code saying that this is a testimonial, but the description or the comparison tags are having testimonial. So it is giving one page, one component to us with a matching of 75%. That is what it is here now. One second thing is that one. Yeah. I think that is the demo. And there are two things I wanted to show also. Now, one is in the content editor. Now you can ask this, there is also something we are evolving in such a way that we are able to put content and media also, but not in this application. I'll be soon getting the other application in marketplace as well. Before that, see here, it shows 11 components. I can refresh this. I can change the folder of my section also. Like here, I'm pointing it to XM demo. It is picking the site itself. This is my XMC demo site. And in the DRM, DX demo. And one more thing I'm having here is these are the 11 components that is showing from here. If I have 29 to 30 components also, it will show those components there. I can quickly go to, I'm not making any changes manually. It just shows the data. Pages builder. Okay, let me quickly show this also. Because this is something where I wanted to show, like this is all we are going to have in a normal way. Let me go back to showcase. I don't want to create anything in the launcher one. I can just go to testing apps. Okay, see here 29 components are there. I am not changing anything manually, going ahead and changing for each application. As you can see, if it is manual thing, it should have been loaded only 11 or 4. If you see the normal page, it shows only 0 components because there is nothing to show here. If you go to main application, it shows me only 4 components. That are these things. The normal available by default in the Sitecore XM Cloud, which we or AI. And if you go to this application, we are having as many as 29. If we are having hundreds of components also, we can match it. It lists down these things as well. So that is what I wanted to show. And second thing I wanted to show is where is the AI fallback happening? AI works in behind. We don't need to put this is working with AI Claude or whatever code. No, that is all not needed. The simple thing what we'll do is I've just put a setting, site grouping, and do not copy my API key. I'm just showing this because see, we are having other properties, right? I'll just put Grok and API also. I don't want to show the keys, but these are the supported 4 API keys. I can put it here. I am not putting anything in Vercel also because this is the simple application. If you put your reversal keys, right, it will exhaust your API cost. So that's why only two things. If you want to install the application, add a API key underneath the demo site and put it in the settings. That way it will work for you as well. You can go ahead in the marketplace as I said earlier and install this application and make it work. So it is not developer dependent. Any marketer can use this as well. Okay, I think that's all I have for today. Any other questions you can ask me now? And it's free on application, and these are the repository I have, and the website is at Smart Pages, but that is not useful at all because it's a versatile application. It does nothing but shows an overview on how it looks. That's all. If you want to explore more pages, I think we are in correct page. I can go ahead to show you something else. Like we wanted particular resource pages, or I can put resources here. I can auto analyze. So it shows different set of components based on the page we are putting here. Suppose we can put some other pages also. Let me, okay, it started already reflecting. Let me go back here. See here, it is giving all the components. And it behind the scenes, as I said earlier, it is using API keys. The 6 components are matched now. And it is under events demo. If you see, I did not change the page to the events demo. It is appearing automatically. It is taking the context from the site, then to the page, then to the page template as well. The header is 95% match, hero banner is 85%, promo carousel is there, promo text button is there, tile is there, location component is also there. So there are so many things here. So that depends on how do you want to make use of this application. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you. Any questions you can ask me now. I'm stopping the presentation.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Karthikeyan. Thank you for the opportunity. You can connect with me later also on LinkedIn, and you can put any questions regarding any of the thing also. I'll answer now, or in the chat also you can put.
Anyone, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact Yamini, or you can ping here in the chat. I can pass it to Yamini. Yeah. Okay. I thank all the participants who attended this session, and
Thank you so much.
I also thank Yamini for the great session on Smart Pages. It's an eye opener, a very helpful tool to be tried. And yeah, thank you all. Have a nice day and just stop it.
Happy weekend, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.
You too. Have a happy weekend.